test that 1, 2, 3. With Ozone, get Wi-Fi with your MiFi. Get the Ozone data experience with your very own portable Wi-Fi hotspot wherever you go. No matter the device, share the connection, stay in the moment, and never skip a beat. Buy an Ozone MiFi and activate a MiFi or data plan of your choice. Get Wi-Fi with your MiFi with Ozone Wireless beyond a network.
Pediasure, the #1 brand recommended by pediatricians. Now with 33% less sugar and a delicious kids-approved taste. Pediasure, nutrition to help kids grow. Pediasure.
So let me say good morning to the viewers on Sports.bb. Welcome to the Spring Memorial Inter-House Championships here at the National Stadium. It is a beautiful day. On track, you are seeing the Division 5 girls getting ready to run the 200-meter event. And of course, we must let you know very quickly those lane assignments. Representing Yellow House in lane 1, Sarah Beckles. In lane 2, representing Purple House, Sarah Ann Walcott. Representing Red House is Brianna Beard. She's in lane 3. Representing Green is Shania Hunt in lane 4. Representing Blue House, Ramaya Ned Clark in lane 5. Representing Blue House as well is Kalia Goodridge. She's running out of lane 6. In lane 7, representing Red House, is Navia Barnett-Waite. And in lane 8 is Kalisha Walcott, representing Purple House. For those, of course, at home or at work and have the opportunity to pay attention to the stream, the points at this point. In 5th, Red House, 186 points. In 4th, Blue House with 208.5 points. In 3rd, Green with 236.5 points. And second place right now is Purple House with 243.5 points. And in 1st, the defending champions, Stinging Bees from Yellow House, 281.5 points. So those are the point standings. Of course, a number of events would have been completed prior to or coming to today's meet. For the benefit of the listeners at home, I must let you know, and please do pardon me, I am Ian Webster, bringing the coverage to you today. I will be with you for the entire day, and it should be an exciting day of lots of thrills. We don't want any spills, but we certainly want to enjoy some very good athletics, some quick times, and some outstanding performances. I have taken the opportunity to get a little hand time. I'm going to try my best to do a little hand time for you. Until we get the official documents from the starter. We have the benefit of photo finish here today, so we are thankful for that. Certainly trying to sort out a few of our audio issues to ensure that everyone can enjoy the coverage and the commentary here today. These girls really, and it's truly unfortunate that they've been at the 200-meter line for so long. They're having a problem with the gun. The gun seems to be firing when it's positioned down, but for some reason when it's pointed up, it's misfiring. I don't know what that could possibly be about, but I'm seeing the athletes making their way off the track once again. This is the second time that they would have had to do so this morning, and it is a cause for concern, obviously, because there is a psychological element involved in this. The young ladies would have been warming up. I'm seeing the athlete from Red House there doing a little run through. It's a psychological thing, really, for a number of these athletes. We want to ensure that they run under the best of conditions. They've been warming up, getting themselves stretched, getting themselves focused, and now at the start of the race, we are having tremendous difficulty with this starter's gun. But we anticipate that in short order, the problems will be rectified and we can get this track meet underway. And so if you're just joining us via Sports.bb, welcome to you. Good morning. We are happy to have you in company. And we are in for a day of lots and lots of activity. There are 5 houses here at the Springer Memorial School contending for this championship: yellow, purple, green, blue, and red. I know that there are a number of ladies, probably in the United States, in the UK, maybe as far as Australia, New Zealand, tuning into this stream. Sports.bb is, of course, all over the world, really, bringing this meet from right here in sunny Barbados. A beautiful day, not too many clouds in the sky, against the lush greenery of the Waterford area. Lots of action is anticipated, really, for today. We had the completion of events such as the high jump at the school. We had the completion of events such as the discus, I believe the shot put as well. Those types of events would have been completed at the school, but we are going to have a lot of track events today. In terms of the field events, though, we should be seeing the triple jump event. Unfortunately, at this point, I'm not able to go over to that area to give you a perspective as to what's happening over there with the high jump, but it's an open event for divisions 3, 2, and 1. But it is always interesting to get involved in the triple jump, see the distances, a hop, a skip, and then a jump. That's the technique involved in the triple jump event. Hop, skip, jump. Of course, today, for the fans of Sports.bb who would have been in tune with our coverage of the BSAC meet last year, I'm obviously without the company of my 2 decorated colleagues, Mr. Michael Jules and Mr. Perry Barnett. Spring Memorial, we're having our sports today, as you can see, but the Lodge School, they're also having their sports championship today, the inter-house championship, all the way in St. John. And both Perry Barnett and Michael Jules, distinguished alumni of the Lodge School, saw my good friend Mac Fingal last night, told me he would be in attendance at that meet today. I see the athletes have made their way now back onto the track. They're having a little run through, just trying to stay as loose as possible, trying to stay as relaxed as possible. Just to remind you once again of the lane assignments. Sarah Beckles, representing Yellow House in lane 1. Sarah Ann Walcott, representing Purple in lane 2. Brianna Beard, representing Red House in lane 3. Shania Hunt, representing Green House in lane 4. We have Ramaya Ned Clark, representing Blue House in lane 5. Kalia Goodridge, representing Blue House in lane 6. Navia Barnett Waith, representing Red House in lane 7. And Kalisha Walcott, representing Purple House, running out of lane 8. The athletes being called back onto the track. I can anticipate that we are just about ready for the start of the event, but there is a red flag being waved from the area of the finish line, so we are not quite ready as yet. The white flag goes up now, and so, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get this first race underway. Beckles, Walcott, Beard, Hunt, Ned Clark. And they are off for the very first event of this year's Inter-House Championship. And in the middle of the field, let's see how this is shaping up. It looks to me like the young lady Brianna Beard. Is that Brianna Beard from Red House? And she is doing all the running at this point. Brianna Beard from Red House, up front and center, arms pumping, legs going, looking like Red House 1 and 2 here. Oh yes, red, leaving them for dead. That's Red House taking 1 and 2. Green House in third. Shania Hunt, representing Green House, taking that third spot. But Red House 1, Red House 2, taking that Division 5 200-meter event. And as you can imagine, I am very well pleased with that run. Red House drawing first blood. Magnificent run by Brianna Beard. I wonder what primary school she would have come out of. But we are certainly happy to have her here at Springer Memorial. Of course, we are waiting the official result. I just called it as I saw it for you. But I certainly don't foresee that there will be any significant issues with that event. On the line, we are now getting ready for the Division 4. Girls running out of lane 1. Letitia Codrington representing Green House. Running out of lane 2, Shireen Blackman, Red House. Folacan, running out of lane 3, representing Blue. Nurse, Messiah, Eastman, Bourne, and Griffith. They seem to be motoring along now, but a red flag is up, so that gives me a little time to just bring you up to date with what's happening. I was mentioning Folacan, Naria Folacan, representing Blue House, running out of lane 3. This is Division 4, of course. In lane 4, Jacina Nurse, representing Purple House. Lane 5, Talia Messiah, representing Yellow House. Ayasha Eastman, representing Red House, is running out of lane 6. And Jalila Bourne, representing Yellow House, running out of lane 7. And rounding out the field, Sierra Griffith, representing Purple House, running out of lane 8. The athletes lined up now for the 200 meters, Division 4. Girls. A red flag still being held up. We await the official time, though I didn't get the opportunity to time that event. I may have a difficult time from my vantage point, scoring, well, seeing the smoke, really. But the white flags are up, so we are now ready for the Division 4, 200 meters. Of course, the spectators are asked to be silent for the start of the race. But they're off, and there they go. I believe they're using a whistle now. That's Codrington, Blackman, Folacan, Nurse, Messiah, Eastman, Bourne, and Griffith. And as we can see at this point in the middle of the track, it looks like the athlete from Yellow House doing the running. But I'm seeing a surge here from the Purple House young lady. That's Janisa Nurse, representing Purple House. She's running down the young lady from Yellow, Dajalia Bourne. She's looking like Bourne. Bourne is crossing the line now, followed by Shireen Blackman. In fact, that may very well be Messiah. I beg your pardon, Talia Messiah from Yellow House. She would have crossed the line first, and in second from Purple House, it looks like Janissa Nurse, a good run there by Messiah from Yellow House. Of course, those points will certainly lengthen the lead that Yellow would have at the top by now. They're ahead by some about 37 or so points, I reckon it. So after the troubles with the starter's gun, obviously it's going to be a little difficult to time the races because we look for the smoke. That tells us when the gun is fired. When we see that smoke, it comes out first so you know you can start your clock, but we're not seeing any smoke. We're hearing a whistle, and that would obviously prove some challenge in getting an accurate hand time. I know if Michael Jules were here, he would probably find some way to work around that. The captain, of course, has a wealth of experience in terms of these track meets. But the season is really unfolding quite nicely. I understand that there was a meet over the course of the weekend. I didn't get the opportunity to go to that meet, but things seem to be looking good for track and field in 2018. So we're here, Sports.bb. Next to me is the managing director, he must be, Mr. Stephen Williams, who is going to say a few words, really, to the viewers and the listeners of Sports.bb. Good morning to you, Stephen.
Good morning, Ian. I just want to give a personal shout out and thank you to the sponsors who have always been supportive of Sports.bb's events. Sponsors such as Insure and as well as Ozone especially, who provides us with the broadband. And today, a special thank you to Scotiabank, who has come on again this year to support secondary school sports and specifically BSAC. And they've asked me to make sure that, you know, they get a little connection with the school that they particularly are fond of, Springer School. And we are pleased that they've come on board to sponsor today's stream as well. So good luck to all the girls. Ian, I know you might have your one or two favorites in the race, but I shall be here throughout the day to lend you some support and hope that the fans enjoy it as well.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Of course, this broadcast is never possible without the sponsors. I have a personal relationship with Scotiabank, so I can affirm that they are indeed a good bank. And we certainly want to thank them for their support of Springer Memorial and Sports.bb. Ozone, we thank you as well, and Insure. Without the sponsors, events such as these, broadcasts and streams such as these, certainly are not possible. But we are waiting now the start of the Division 3 girls. I'm not seeing anything here in terms of the Division 3 girls. So we'll see how the lane assignments are sorted out. I will await the folks who are charged with that responsibility to bring those lane assignments to me. I'm really hoping that we can get this gun sorted out here, because it would afford those at home the opportunity to get an idea of what the times would look like. Times, as you would know, are very important in terms of these meets. Athletes want to gauge their progress, know where they're at in terms of, you know, their progression. Obviously, from last year to this year, 365 days is a long time, even though it doesn't feel that way. These athletes may very well have added some muscle. They may have toned up a bit. They may have had a growth spurt. A number of factors, and as young ladies, you know, they are a number of body changes as they go through the stages of puberty and such like. And so a lot of things could have transpired over the last few years, and it's important for the athletes to know as they are going forward exactly where they are in terms of their development, and certainly in terms of BSAC. Of course, we had the Esther Maynard zone and the Frank Blackman zone to look forward to in March next month. We are only on the second day of February. And with that being said, let me say, send out birthday greetings to those who may be celebrating a birthday today and certainly throughout the month of February. The month of love, they call it. Interestingly enough, this year, Valentine's Day falls on Ash Wednesday. Should be an interesting thing. But 2018, it's a good year to be alive. It's a good day to be at the National Stadium, taking in the Spring Memorial Inter-House Championships. Was saying to you a bit earlier, I saw Mac Fingal last night and he was excited about attending the Lodge Schools meet today. It's interesting how Spring Memorial and Lodge Schools seem to always have their sports championship meet on the same day every year. Maybe I should ask Mac about that sometime. But both schools have certainly made significant contributions to the development of athletics over the years, BSAC in particular. The Lodge School having won the boys' championships a number of times. Spring Memorial as well, having a very extended run. In fact, I believe, and this is just my personal belief, that there's probably no other school in the world that would have won an inter-school championship the number of times that Spring Memorial would have won. Foundation, they're now on their second consecutive win. Going forward, let's see what happens in 2018. A long delay here though, and we are wondering what could be the cause. Probably it's the gun again, because we have been having some serious challenges with that. But I am awaiting the lane assignments for the Division 3 girls. I'm seeing somebody signaling me just to be a little patient, and I will be. I have all the time in the world today, really. It's Friday. And on Friday we go TGIF. Everybody who is familiar with Instagram or Facebook, all those social media platforms, you know what that means. Thank God it's Friday, because that means that the weekend has officially begun tomorrow. For those of us who usually have a Monday to Friday work day, we are off tomorrow. That would include the good folks at Scotiabank. And certainly, it may not include the folks at Ozone, but certainly Scotiabank, we are going to have the day off tomorrow and Sunday. Have a little breather, relax for a bit. Division 3. The Division 3 girls, I just received the lane assignment, so let me bring you up to date with those lane assignments as I have been given them. This should be an exciting race. Representing Red House in lane 1, Shantae Seal. Representing Yellow House, Malia Edwards, she's running in out of lane 2. Representing Purple House, Tainara Paris running out of lane 3. In lane 4 we have Regina Lowe representing Blue House. In lane 5 representing Green House, Roshana Herbert. In lane 6 representing Blue House, Naomi Ford Hines. Ooh, Naomi Ford Hines, oh boy, she is one to watch. And representing Yellow House, Kennedy Jackman running out of lane 7, and in lane 8, Tionce Waldron representing Purple House. This is going to be a very, very exciting 200-meter event. So as they get ready to take the starters' orders, lane 1, Seal, lane 2, Edwards, lane 3, Paris, Lowe, in 4, Herbert in 5, Ford Hines in 6, Jackman in 7, and Waldron in 8. Look out for Naomi Ford Hines. Oh, and it looks like a false start here. Let's see how this will... No, it's not a false start. I'm there expecting the gun. Let's see how it goes. So the girls are on the way. But from this vantage point, I did see a false start of some sort. How it's looking here, it looks to me like Greenhouse. Is it Greenhouse? No. It's Naomi Ford Hines. Naomi Ford Hines on the line. It looks like Naomi Ford Hines, followed very, very closely by Kennedy Jackman and possibly Malia Edwards out of yellow. It's really difficult here to get a proper perspective of this because of the whistle. The whistle really does not provide you with that kind of precision that you need as it relates to starting the race. I initially, upon seeing the start of the race, I thought there was a false start, and I still do believe actually there was a false start. But what do you do? I mean, we really need to get this issue with the gun sorted out, and we hope that it can be done as soon as possible. But as I anticipated, Naomi Ford Hines from Blue House, she came out on top in that event, followed very closely by Kennedy Jackman. It should be interesting to see the photo finish. I saw it with my eye. I'm not sure though that, you know, I may have called it right. I may not have, but we'll see. We'll see when the official result comes back. But it was a keenly contested 200 meter. It wasn't as quick as what I would have seen. Unfortunately, Sports.bb was not here for the semifinals, but it was not as quick a race as I would have seen at the semifinal stage. The wind, obviously being a lot higher today, would obviously play a role in terms of the times and the performance of the athletes, and obviously this factor with the whistle. But they're under starters orders once again, and haven't received the starters list for this event as yet, but I'm going to call it as I can without the list. And they're off and running. This is the Division 2 girls. This is Foster, Granham, Jones, Strawn, Gill, Goodrich, Deschamps, and Harris. And looking on the outside in lane, no, that's the inside actually. That looks like Julissa Jones-Smith. Between lanes 1, Deandra Foster. Yes, it's Deandra Foster from Blue House. She's going to cross the line now, followed by Ladidra Granham, followed by Harris from Red House. So, having gotten the lane assignments late and calling it as I would have seen it unfold before my very eyes, Julissa Jones-Smith representing Purple House. That's the first points they would have gotten for the day, really, in terms of any significant points, I should say. Followed by Deandra Foster. No, I'm calling that wrong. It's Deandra Foster from Blue House. She crossed the line first, followed by Julissa Jones-Smith. And no, Julissa Jones-Smith was third. Ladidra Granham, 1, 2, and 3. Lanes 1, 2, and 3 placed exactly in those positions. Deandra Foster, lane 1, she placed first. Ladidra Granham placed second. She's running out of lane 2. Julissa Jones-Smith running out of lane 3. She is third. Awaiting now the Division 1. They're going along quickly with these 200 meters. And they're off and running again. Didn't get the opportunity to call that one for you in terms of the lane assignments, but we have Joanne Clark, Phillips, Shantae Seal, Shaquana Scott, Turney, Lewis, Johnson, and Coward. And from what I'm seeing here, it looks like it can very easily be, yes, that's Sierra Coward crossing the line now in lane 8, representing Blue House, followed by Joanne Clark and Shaquana Scott, representing Purple House. Sierra Coward winning by some distance there. She was followed, of course, by Joanne Clark, representing Yellow House, and in third place we had Shaquana Scott, representing Purple House. Now I'm really waiting on a break. We're going to take a break here and we are going to come right back to you. Live action here at the stadium, Springer Memorial Inter-House Championships.
When you need space to grow, there's nothing like the home you own. Let Scotiabank open the door for you with competitive rates and support every step of the way. Visit us today and discover what's possible.
With Ozone, get Wi-Fi with your MiFi. Get the Ozone data experience with your very own portable Wi-Fi hotspot wherever you go. No matter the device, share the connection, stay in the moment, and never skip a beat. Buy an Ozone MiFi and activate a MiFi or data plan of your choice. Get Wi-Fi with your MiFi with Ozone Wireless beyond a network.
You skip breakfast? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure. You skip.
Tommy, I forget all the equipment.
So welcome back to the National Stadium. Here from the beautiful, well, under beautiful conditions, I should say. Brilliant sunshine, lots of activity all on the track today. We just saw the 200 meter events. I'm going to await the official results to give them to you. I'm seeing the triple jump event still in progress, and the hurdles are being set up for the hurdle events. The 75 meter hurdles are scheduled to be next on track, followed by the 100 meter hurdles, the 400 meter hurdles, and no, I got that mixed up. That's the 400 meters. Those will follow the 100 meter hurdle event, and then we'll have the 100 meter events at 11:15 or so. I guess we are trying to catch up on time. Obviously, the event would have started late. The triple jump was scheduled to begin at 9:15. That didn't happen the way it was supposed to, and the 200 meters was scheduled to start at 9:20. That also didn't happen, and obviously, as you can tell, we would have been having a number of challenges with the starter's gun having been reduced to a whistle, and really that would not allow us to get the best possible hand time. So we hope that the officials, the starter, and everybody involved in the running of this meet can have the gun sorted out, and we can get that starter's gun to really make the meet what it ought to be. The athletes certainly would want to become accustomed to anticipating that gun as opposed to a whistle. Is certainly a lot different. Myself, having been a former athlete at school, I really prefer the gun as opposed to the whistle. You really don't, it doesn't do that much for you in terms of giving you that impetus. You don't get that adrenaline rush that you normally would, really, when you hear that gun fire and you seek to set the track ablaze. So there's a lull in the activity now, and we are certainly awaiting the restart of the day's meet. If you are just joining us, we are pleased to welcome you, and we are thankful to our sponsors, Scotiabank, Ozone, Ensure, for bringing this coverage to you, allowing us rather to bring this coverage to you. Those of you who are in other parts of the world, we are happy to have you in company today, and we hope that you certainly do enjoy the coverage of this Inter-House Championship. Let me say a special good morning to the ladies who would have attended Springer, all of the old scholars as we would call them here in Barbados. Sounds like the gun being fired in the background. That's a good sign. I hope that we're able to get it to work this time around, and we can have the athletes becoming accustomed to what, you know, they will have to experience at the BSAC level, and for those who may very well go on to the Carifta level. That's how it's done. Internationally, we start these races with a gun. We don't start with a whistle. But I guess desperate times call for desperate measures, and that was a desperate measure taken on the part of the starter to have the race started with the whistle. Nonetheless, it is what it is. It has passed, and we look forward now with eager anticipation to these hurdle events in terms of the divisions. 75-meter hurdles, the division 5, 4, and 3 girls. They will run a distance of 75 meters for their hurdles. I'll see if I can get some information on the height of the hurdles when they're running for the junior girls, and the 100 meters for divisions 2 and 1. So there will be additional hurdles added after the divisions 5, 4, and 3. After divisions 4, 5, and 3 run their 75-meter hurdle events, we will then have the division 2 and 1 girls. Later on this afternoon, it's usually a fun event, tug of war, and all of the houses will be participating. I can't even remember who would have won the tug of war event last year, but we did have a good time. Now getting some official results. Okay, so just getting some information from the officials here to bring us up to speed with what's happening with the 75 meters hurdles for Division 5 girls. We have two heats, it looks like here. It's supposed to be timed finals. And what I gather from that, Stephen, is that the fastest times will medal.
Naturally.
So we have, this looks like Gisha Springer representing purple. Akila Goodrich, we saw her on track early in the 200-meter event from Blue House. She should be in lane 4. Makita Graves representing Purple House. She is also going to be in the first section. And in the second section, we're going to have Akila Padmore representing Greenhouse, Shaniqua Burgess representing Greenhouse, and Sarah Beckles representing Yellow House.
As you can see, the young hurdlers are getting ready to take their mark. This is a nice, warm, sunny day. We had some rain before, and it's always appreciative to the athletes that, you know, we can have sun and not have to do this sort of activity in the rain. It makes it very, very difficult, especially given the fact that although we have a good track, there's always that feeling of being cautious when you have to actually pull up the sort of speed and provide that sort of commitment.
Rain is always appreciated, and certainly we need a balance, you know, Stephen. We need sunshine, we need the rain. That's what life is all about, balance. Once you're able to balance your life,
that is so true. Yeah,
things run pretty smoothly. And looking at the playing field this morning here at the stadium, it looks nice and green. Obviously the effects of the rain, but it paints a beautiful picture, quite picturesque if I might say so myself, when the brilliant sunshine is added.
But let me ask you, Ian, I mean, where do you think, it's not only the sunshine that we're seeing here, but we're having quite a bit of wind. So when you're doing the time finals, how does this level of wind factor in, or is it not really that much of an issue?
Well, naturally, the more wind that I would have anticipated in terms of the run, in particular that Division 3 girls, when I saw that at the semi-final stage, those girls ran a lot quicker. There was a lot less wind on that particular day, and today they looked a little pedestrian. So obviously, I would want to attribute that to the fact that the adrenaline that the gun would usually give you, and the wind as well. The high wind has to play a factor as well in the way that those young ladies would have ran that Division 3 event.
That aside, these young ladies do look strong today. Spring is always, you know, the school to watch at BSAC going forward. And Sports.bb will be covering BSAC again this year. And I think we're having Ian again as a partner. And I appreciate, Sports.bb appreciates your assistance, Mr. Webster.
It's always a pleasure to work along with Sports.bb and certainly Mr. Michael Jules and Perry Barnett. But we're getting ready for the first section. We have Springer representing purple, Goodrich blue, and Graves representing Purple House. Lanes 3, 4, and 5. And they're off. These are time finals. The young ladies are going over. Let's see who do we have here showing first. In the middle, it looks like the young lady from Blue House, Rakila Goodridge. Remember, these are timed finals, so it's about times here. And as I anticipated, the young ladies are, making their transition from primary school, Stephen, and they're not quite solid in terms of their hurdling technique. They're jumping the hurdle as opposed to running the hurdle. They don't understand the concept of lead leg and trail leg quite as yet. But certainly as they go on through the ranks in Springer Memorial, I know Jesse King, who himself was a distinguished hurdler, will seek to ensure that he helps the girls to develop their technique in this hurdle event. So we have a second section, time final, of course. So looks like Kalia Goodridge, she will medal, that's for sure, because she came out on top in the first section. So she's definitely guaranteed a medal. In section 2, we have Alika Padmore representing Greenhouse, Shaniqua Burgess representing Greenhouse, Sarah Beckles representing Yellow House. I have here lanes 3, 4, and 5, but from what I am seeing, Stephen, the officials are utilizing lanes 5, 6, and 7.
My vantage point is no better than yours, hey Webb. That's one of the things that you really do miss at the stadium, and they're off.
Let's see who's doing the running here. I'm seeing the young lady from Greenhouse. That looks like Sarah Beckles. She's now running down the track to close out this race for Greenhouse. They'll need those points. But look at the young lady from Yellow. She was trying to make a late surge. That would have been, of course, Sarah Beckles. She crossed the line in second position. She was running out of lane 5, but it looks to me like Shaniqua Burgess of Greenhouse coming in first there. From my naked eye and the training that Michael Jules would have provided throughout the course of last BSAC, I can tell you that more than likely Burgess will probably take the gold in that one. That looked like a faster heat to me. So we will await the official results. The medal presentations, as I understand it, will be done here today. Traditionally, they were done at the school on the day after, obviously, which would be Monday. The next working day would be Monday, and so we would usually have our medal presentations on Monday at our full assembly session, where the victorious house would then take their lap of victory around the auditorium, chanting and singing to the sound of drums and all kinds of percussion instruments to add to the ambiance. And we are seeing the Division 4 girls on the line here now in the 75-meter hurdles. This too has 2 sections. Stephen, we have Aaliyah Carrington representing Purple House. We have Letitia Carrington, Greenhouse. Irika Ford representing Yellow House. That's shared there in the first section of the Division 4 girls. I think they're still utilizing. Have they gone around now?
Just to let the viewers online know that there is a simultaneous track meet going on, which is the triple jump. And unfortunately, we aren't able to bring it for you concurrently with the traditional track that we all love. But as soon as we get the other cameras online, we'll see what we can do to add some other field events during the course of the day.
Oh, certainly. Thank you very much, Stephen. And they're trying to organize for the Division 4 girls. 3 athletes seem to be still utilizing lanes 5, 6, and 7. So we are going to work with those numbers as opposed to the 3, 4, and 5 that we would have received. These things do happen, of course. Nothing is perfect. In the second section, you can look forward to Jacenna Nurse representing Purple, Brianna Best representing Green, and Adriana Brown representing Blue House. But the section 1 is on the track, and the white flag is up. I see a white flag here. And that should mean that everything is okay and we should get things started. But we are having a few challenges here in terms of the cameras and so on, so we're trying to organize as far as that is concerned. It's high winds here today at the National Stadium, but they're off and running, and from what I'm seeing here among the Division 4 girls, looking like the young lady from, no, I really can't tell you at this point. Greenhouse, yes. Greenhouse, Letitia Codrington. She crosses the line now, and she beats into second place Leah Codrington from purple, and Irika Ford, Yellow House. Of course, it's times finals, so it's all about the times here. The only person really assured of placing right now would be Letitia Carrington. Unless the other three girls run faster. Let's see how it goes. Well, the white flag is up. This second section, we have Nurse, Purple, Best, Green, Brown, Blue, running out of lanes 5, 6, and 7 respectively. Okay, the young lady just getting a run through. And let's welcome back the persons here live at the National Stadium. This is a simulcast of sorts as we get ready for the Division 4 girls 75 meters hurdles event. They're under starters' orders. And there we go. The gun is working and the girls are off. This is Nurse, Best, and Brown. Best goes down. She's struggling here. But still in the mix is Purple. Nurse from Purple and Brown. Nurse takes it from Brown, representing Blue House. And still, oh, what tenacity, what bravery. The young lady from Greenhouse, Rihanna Best. It's not how you start, they say, but how you finish. That's Best from Greenhouse, crossing the line and completing the event. Oh, kudos to her. So we are here live at National Stadium, and I am live as well with Sports.bb. Happy to have everybody in company this morning. With me, of course, is my co-commentator for the day, Mr. Stephen Williams, Managing Director of Sports.bb. I believe we have one more division. That should be Division 3. And while they're sorting that out, time finals, 2 sections. That's how these 75-meter hurdle events are being run. But I'm seeing the podium coming out. So we should have some medal presentations shortly here at the National Stadium. This is, of course, the Spring Memorial Inter-House Championship as the girls get ready to go off to BSAC. And certainly we can expect that Spring Memorial will be looking to reclaim their title, which they have lost for 2 years now to the lasses from Churchill in Christchurch. I'm a Christchurch man myself, but my heart is in Government Hill. That is where I want this championship to return to. Of course, I will not say that at BSAC, but I can say it here at the Inter-House Championships of Spring Memorial. We're seeing some activity here on the cycle track. Young ladies, the athletes making their way to and fro. Some of the young ladies getting some advice from their coaches. Last minute instructions. I'm sure that they're telling them about their hydrating practices and so on. All of these are important factors when it comes to getting the athletes ready for a day like this. A lot of them work extremely hard, doing a number of events during the course of the day. Some of them 3-4 events. And so hydration will play a significant role. I myself have to be hydrated because I'm going to be talking to you all day. here on Sports.bb, bringing you the action live as it unfolds. So I'm sure that the sponsors I see Insure here, they're going to make sure that I am properly insured with some Insure. Right, Leslie? The sponsors, Ozone, Beyond the Network, and certainly Scotiabank, bringing the coverage to you here live. And if you know anything about inter-school sports and you follow inter-school sports closely, you would know that Scotiabank is the sponsor of the Springer Memorial team. The school in this country who has won the most number of inter-school sports titles, and by some distance too, might I add. So good morning to those just tuning in, and good morning to those who have been tuned in now for some time, really from the beginning. Thank you so very much. I have received something to hydrate me. And the athletes themselves also need hydration. As we await the start of the Division 3 girls, we also have two sections in these time finals. Representing Yellow House will be Malia Edwards. Representing Green House will be Jalea Gibbons. Representing Yellow House will be Amara Williams. And representing Purple House will be Tionse Walren. The under-starters orders in this the first section of the Division 3 75 meters hurdles, and they're off and running. And over the hurdles first, it looks like Malia Edwards doing the running here. Malia Edwards representing Yellow House. Malia Edwards is going to win now, and she wins from the athlete from Mario Williams. She wins from Mario Williams. Tionse Waldron crossing the line now in a stroll. Obviously, she seems to be a little upset about something, but we have two sections in this Division 3 75 meter hurdles event. This is the second section coming up. We have Haley Haynes representing Red House, Tainara Paris representing Purple House, and representing Yellow House is Deshauna Hoyt. So unofficially, of course, Malia Edwards from Yellow House taking that first hurdle event. She would be in a good position because these are time finals. She should be in a good position to collect a medal. The only thing that would stop young Miss Edwards from collecting a medal would be if these young ladies in this second section were to run faster. Haynes, Paris, Hoyt, red, purple, yellow are the houses they represent. And we await the start. Running out of lanes 5, 6, and 7. Of course, it's who crosses the hurdle first that would be in the lead. They've been asked to stand, and I hope that nothing is wrong with the gun again. That has been the major challenge all morning. We don't want that to be the case once again. We want the athletes to become acclimatized to the conditions under which they will operate as they go forward for the rest of the track and field season. We have a long season to look forward to. The Relay Fair certainly is one of those highly anticipated events. Under starters orders now. Haynes, Paris, and Hoyt. And they're off and running. And over the hurdle first, it looks to be the young lady from Purple House. I make that Tainara Paris. But no, I'm seeing Haley Haynes from Red House making the surge here. Haley Haynes doing all the running. And Haley Haynes is going to cross the line now, followed by Tainara Paris. And in third place in that section is Deshauna Hoyt from Yellow House. Time finals, so we will see how it pans out. If Haley Haynes or Malia Edwards will collect the gold medal. We shall see. We shall see. But those were the 75-meter hurdles. And with the completion of that event, we're going to take a break and come back to you. When we come back, we will have the 100-meter hurdles. Those events, of course, will be divisions 2 and 1. But we're going to take a break at this point and come right back.
When you need space to grow, there's nothing like the home you own. Let Scotiabank open the door for you with competitive rates and support every step of the way. Visit us today and discover what's possible.
With Ozone, get Wi-Fi with your MiFi. Get the Ozone data experience with your very own portable Wi-Fi hotspot wherever you go. No matter the device, share the connection, stay in the moment, and never skip a beat. Buy an Ozone MiFi and activate a MiFi or data plan of your choice. Get Wi-Fi with your MiFi with Ozone Wireless beyond a network.
Hi, the biggest questions we'll get from our potential customers is, how do I get on your network?
Well, it's easy.
You just need 2 things, an Ozone SIM card
And an LTE Band 13 compatible device.
You're probably wondering, what is that and do I have one?
Well, you just need to visit our website for a list of compatible devices.
Or you can visit us in store. We'll have a wide range of LTE Band 13 compatible devices.
And just remember,
We're beyond the network.
You skip breakfast? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
When you need space to grow, there's nothing like the home you own. Let Scotiabank open the door for you with competitive rates and support every step of the way. Visit us today and discover what's possible.
You skip breakfast? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure. You skip.
We make the start of the 100 meters. Of course, they're just sorting out the hurdles. The heights have to be adjusted. These are the big girls. The distance itself has to be extended as well. Let me welcome back the viewers on Sports.bb. We just had a little break. And now we're having a lull in the activity. But we here on Sports.bb, we are no longer on break. We are bringing you the action here live as it happens. And there goes my program. The wind is extremely high today. It's having its way, really. We're going to struggle with these papers today. Not in our usual position. I wonder if it would be the same if we were actually in the stand. We were in the stand last year. I think, Stephen, you've forsaken me. I don't know where he's gone off to. But we were in the stands last year. And we had our tent and everything set up, so the wind factor was significantly different. But now we are trackside, literally. And the wind is really having its way here today at the National Stadium. I wish I could see the feed. Stephen, how are our numbers looking today on the feed? I would like to interact with some of our viewers. I know some of the Springer girls must be viewing.
We have about 60 people watching, unique visitors online to the stream. We had some problems this morning, Ian, with Facebook, and we're not quite sure what's going on with Facebook, but we connect to it, and all of a sudden, the connection drops. No problems with YouTube, which is good, but you know, Barbadians are accustomed to watching Sports.bb via Facebook. It's a little disappointing this morning. So we're not sure the level of feedback that we would like.
So what I'm going to do, Stephen, is that I'm going to go on my, I'm going to try to get to, I'm going to go to YouTube, and I'm going to try to share the link on my Facebook page so that those persons
That's a good idea.
who want to tune in to the stream can do so.
And I also encourage the people that are watching the stream, whoever you're watching it, share it with others so they can enjoy it as well. The thing is about television and video in 2018 going forward, it's very social.
Certainly.
It's not the same way you watch it in a living room and, that's the end of that. We watch TV together. We comment, we like, we share, we enjoy stuff together. So I'm hoping that those people online are actually enjoying it, and if they are, I'm hoping that they would share it so others could probably participate as well.
Certainly, Stephen. So get out there and share the YouTube link. For those of you who have been looking for the stream on Facebook, Facebook stream, we obviously apologize for the inconvenience caused. There's nothing that we can do about it at this point, but we're going to try to rectify the issues as we are confronted with them and still bring you this coverage of the Inter-House Championships here at the Springer Memorial School. Of the Springer Memorial School, but we are at the National Stadium seeing Selena Johnson of Blue House going over to the area, the starting area. The athletes are actually, all of them are actually making their way over to the 100-meter mark now to have the 100-meter hurdle event started. The starter Julie Phillips also making her way there as well. This should be a keenly contested event. I'm seeing Division 1 girls, Division 2 girls. They're all making their way up to the 100-meter mark. Sierra Coward, she's an athlete that works extremely hard. One of those athletes that you can look forward to seeing at BSAC as well. She's also going to be featured in this 100 meters hurdles for Division 1 girls. Stephen, are you familiar with Sierra Coward?
No, I'm not like you and Jules. You guys are avid junior athletic followers, but I know good talent when I see it. I'm in the business of hiring good talent and know what good talent looks like, and right now you cannot ever leave out Springer when it comes to the heart and soul of athletics, female athletics. So whether I know her personally, I do know what good talent looks like.
That's quite all right. That is quite all right. But she is certainly a very good athlete. And I believe that unlike the juniors, these events, the Divisions 2 and 1 should not be timed finals events. I'm getting a list here. So let's see what we have here. For the Division 2 girls, we should expect to see Amelia Lustel representing Yellow House. She should be running out of lane 3. Tanisha Bennett representing Blue House, running out of lane 4. Amber Gill running out of lane 5, representing Yellow House. We have Fadidra Dejong representing Yellow House, running out of lane 6. And Jaleesa Jones-Smith representing Purple House, running out of lane 7. 5 young ladies contesting this 100 meters hurdles event for Division 2 girls. All of these young ladies actually are 15. They are 15, Division 2. Obviously under 17, that's what they call it in my time. But now we use the terminology of divisions. And they are lined up by the 100 meter mark. Lustal Yellow running out of lane 3, Bennett Blue running out of lane 4, Amber Gill running out of lane 5, Deshong Jones Smith. We await the start. And they're off and running. And from my vantage point, looks like Jaleesa Jones-Smith representing Purple House, making the running over the hurdles first. Jaleesa Jones-Smith, she is doing the running here. Division 2 girls, 100 meter. Jaleesa Jones-Smith, she is going to win it once she can get over this final hurdle, and she does. And she wins it now, followed by Deshong and Amber Gill. A very good run there by Jaleesa Jones-Smith representing Purple House. And the girls from Yellow House getting 2 and 3. Of course, their personnel in that event, Amber Gill and Fadidra Dejong. Dejong coming second and Amber Gill coming third in that event. Stephen?
The fantastic run by Miss Joan Smith. I think it'd be a good time for us to start hunting some actual points in terms of the schools.
Yes, certainly. We want to get some points, so we want to ask the officials to assist us in acquiring those points. But as the Division 2 girls have completed their event, we now turn our attention to the Division 1 girls. Stephen, you want to call this one?
Out of lane 3 is Miss Shaquana Scott. Lane 4, Sierra Coward of Blue House. Lane 5, Selena Johnson, Blue House. Lane 6, Duran Clark, Yellow. And lane 7, Shantae Seal, Red House.
So we have here lane 3, Shaquana Scott representing Purple House, Sierra Coward representing Blue, Selena Johnson representing Blue, she's running out of lane 5, Duran Clark representing Yellow House, lane 6, and Shantae Seal representing Red House in lane 7. Stephen, yes, we are here, we are live. The height of the hurdles I see is being adjusted once again. Of course, these are the big girls, the senior girls. These are the girls with the experience. They've been here. They've done this. They know what it takes and what is required in this particular event.
So you should see that form development that you spoke of.
Yeah, you want to see the form. You want to see the girls running the hurdle, the lead leg and the trail leg, carrying out their respective functions. Of course, the lead leg, as the name suggests, would be the first leg to go over the hurdle, followed by the trail leg, of course, because you only have two. We're human beings after all.
Yes, you usually just have two.
We usually have just two legs.
But yes, there may be a distinct advantage if there are more than two. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Stephen. So. These girls, like I said, they have had the experience. I know in particular Sierra Coward, she is certainly one to watch in this particular event. Selena Johnson, she's also experienced. Shantae Seal, she has also done this event for a number of years. Shaquana Scott and Duran Clark. So all of these young ladies have had their experiences. In fact, they all have represented Spring Memorial at the BSAC level.
Oh, that type of race, huh?
Yeah, so it is that type of event. And we certainly look forward to see what they are going to do. I see Mr. Lupini and his team. They're going to adjust the height of the hurdles. Just a few more of them need to be adjusted. The Division 2 girls, they run at a lower height. Off the top of my head, I really can't remember the exact height in terms of the standard for Division 2 and Division 1 girls in terms of height. Exactly what their requirements are supposed to be. I do recall seeing somewhere though, I was like last year when we were doing this broadcast, I know for the boys it's somewhere in 91 or something like that. I'm really not sure, but by the time BSAC comes around, Stephen, we'll be properly prepared with all of the information about the
information. I agree. I like doing these school events because it gets us prepared for what the big race. These things, school sports is good to get a feel for the types of athletes, the standards, that sort of stuff, and what it may look like in terms of the performance and the experience going into BSAC, because that's where all the marbles are. That's where the action is.
Oh,
this is the lead up to the BSAC itself, the BSAC main event. So by that time, we'll be well experienced in oil, and the machinery will be well in gear.
Yes, and as we are now getting ready for the Division 1 girls, Shaquana Scott, Coward, Johnson, Clark, and Seal. They're under starters' orders. And there's somebody blocking my vision here.
And it's a nice clear
there
start.
They go. And it's looking to me like, let's see, Sierra Coward. Yes, indeed it is Sierra Coward, and she's looking quite easy here. Shantae Seal is also in the mix, as well as Selena Johnson. But Sierra Coward takes it now, followed by Shantae Seal from Red House. And there is Selena Johnson in third place representing Blue House. So Joanne Clark would have come in fourth. There we had Coward Seal, and they were followed by Clark. No, Selena Johnson followed by Clark. Yes. In that order. Selena Johnson, I think this would be her first foray into the Division 1. 17 years old. Sierra Coward, though, a much more experienced campaigner, and she looked it. You can tell by the way she controlled her race. She did not exert too much energy at all. She ran a very, very, very controlled and composed race. Okay, so we'd have just seen the completion of the hurdle events, and that would really be the sprint hurdles. We have the, I think we have the distance hurdles just after lunchtime or so. Those are also going to be interesting events as well. Divisions 3, 2, and 1. 200 meter hurdles, 300 meter hurdles, and 400 meter hurdles. And there will also be some tug-of-war action later on this afternoon, Stephen. That's always going to be
good fun. That's good fun. Yeah. But Ian, I just want to draw your attention to Kiana Walcott, who is Shout Out Purple House. Kiana, I just want to inform you that we are a social sports channel. That means that you have been entered into the competition of the Amazon Echo Dot. I tell people we are a social sports channel. That means you get social, you get rewarded. So Kiana, thanks for shouting out Purple House. I'm going to make my producer, Leslie Jackman, know that you're being entered into the possibility of winning a Amazon Echo Dot. We're going to give away those prizes closer to BSAC or during the BSAC part of our athletic broadcast. And once again, congratulations, Kiana Walcott. And, you know, for those people who are watching, I keep saying that we are different. We are not like the regular television channel that you watch. We are a sports channel that is social. That means that the more social you get, the more you like, the more you share, gives you the opportunity to get rewarded and give prizes, you know, and win prizes for those people who like what we do. So get out there, start liking the stream, start shouting out, you know, your favorite houses, you know, your favorite teams, favorite schools, and like Kiana, you know, get rewarded.
So congratulations to Kiana, and I'm sure that Purple is happy to have you on board as well. They're doing extremely well this year. Stephen, just to recap for our viewers, I had some points here a little while ago. I don't know where they would have gone. I hope Mr. Atwell didn't steal them. He's from Greenhouse, you know. When the day started, the houses came into this final day of competition with Red House being in 5th position with 186 points, Blue House being in 4th position with 208.5 points, Greenhouse being in 3rd with 236.5 points, Purple House being in 2nd, so I know that Kiana would be excited about that. This is probably the highest Purple House has been since I was at Spring Memorial.
Oh dear.
So Purple House in 2nd with 243.5 points, and Yellow House in 1st place with 281.5 points. But we have had the completion of a number of events. We have had the completion of Division 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 in terms of the 200 meter events. We've had the completion of the 75 meter hurdles in terms of divisions 5, 4, and 3, and we just saw the conclusion of the 100 meter hurdle events for divisions 2 and 1, girls. Now we wait for the 400 meter no, these are not hurdles. 400 meters, these are the flat 400s. The 400 meter hurdles events, that'll be run a little later. That's for the Division 1 girls. So on track now, we're going to be getting ready for the flat 400 meter event, all divisions, and we are going to start with the Division 5 girls. So you can expect to see in this Division 5 400 meter race Sarad Beckles representing Yellow House running out of lane 1. Shaniqua Burgess running out of lane 2 representing Green House. Brianna Beard representing Red House. She's going to be running out of lane 3. Running out of lane 4 representing Green House is Shania Hunt. Navia Brathwaite. Sorry, Navia Barnett Waite. My goodness, where did I get Brathwaite from? Navia Barnett Waite running out of lane 5 representing Red House as well. In lane 6, Makita Graves representing Purple House. In lane 7, well, this is interesting. I don't know why this is the case. I'm seeing two lane 7s here. That has me a little confused. I'm really wondering what's happening. We only have 8 lanes here, and these are 9 athletes. So I guess we'll have to look and see what's I am going to assume that there was an error made because I'm seeing a Chinara Greenwich here from Red House. So I'm going to assume that that is an error. But Ramaya Ned Clark, representing Blue House, is in lane 7. I can see Ned Clark. I know her, so she is in lane 7. I can confirm that for you, so there is no mix-up. I'm not seeing Chinara Greenwich. Akila Padmore. She's running out of lane 8, representing Green House. So there we have it. Beckles, Burgess, Beard, Hunt, Barnett Waite, Graves, Ned Clark, Greenwich, and Padmore. These are the athletes in Division 5, now about to run the 400 meters event. I don't have time in terms of the record. I don't have any record time to tell you if the record will be challenged here or not. But
and the other starters orders.
400 meters Division 5 girls under starters orders. And they're on their way. Division 5 girls. Division 5 girls running the 400 meters. Beckles, Burgess, Beard, Hunt, Barnett Waite, Graves, Ned Clark, Greenwich, and Padmore. Now about the 300 meter mark. Looks like Green House is out front. That looks to me like Padmore. Approaching 200 meters now. Let's see how things begin to shape up. We anticipate that most of the running will be done about the last 100, 150 meters or so. But I'm watching the athlete very, very closely from Red House there. That looks like could possibly be Beard or Barnett Waite. But I'm seeing it here now. As she makes her way toward the finish line, here is Brianna Beard. That is Red House, out front and center. Large and in charge is Red. But running for Green House now, running out of lane 4. Oh yes, that's Beard. Running out of lane 4, Hunt crossing the line now and taking that 3rd position. Running out of lane 5, Barnett Waite. So we have Red, Green, and Red 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in that first 400 meter event. Red House getting 1 and 3. Shania Hunt from Green House. The Green Machines, they call themselves, breaking up the sequence. Red taking 1st and 3rd. Green taking 2nd. And as we pay attention to the novelty event that's here on track now, we see the officials doing some strange kind of hurdle ritual. They're racing with the hurdles. I don't know what they call it. Maybe it's the horse pull, Stephen? Is what you call it, the horse pull? I don't know. What do you call it? Or the hurdle pull, maybe. So we get ready for the Division 4 girls. In this event, Division 4 girls running out of lane 1. Adriana Brown representing Blue House. In lane 2, Jalila Bourne representing Yellow House. In lane 3, Jamila James representing Purple. Shireen Blackman running out of lane 4 representing Red House. Nira Folakan representing Blue House running out of lane 5. Jacinta Nurse representing Purple running out of lane 6. Lane 7 is occupied by Letitia Codrington, and she's representing Green House. And in lane 8, Aaliyah Codrington representing the Purple Titans. They are under starters' orders. And they're off and running for this Division 4 400-meter race. Looks like the athlete there from Purple House, Jacenna Nurse, making an early surge. Only about 300 meters into this race. There's still a long way to go. But Jacenna Nurse from Purple House is doing the running. She means business and she wants this race for Purple House. Remember, the last point she received, Purple House, they were in second position. And so we're going to hear the voices of the Purple Titans as the athletes approach the 200-meter mark. It looks like Purple 1, Purple 2. Oh my goodness. And the Purple girls are really stamping their authority here on this one. But there's still about 150 meters of this race left to go. It's still Purple 1. It's still Purple 2. The Purple Titans are going to stamp their authority on this race. Oh, they have just about 80 meters or so left to go. They're running, their arms, legs pumping. Purple, purple, purple. It's all purple. All purple everything. I can hear Prince singing in the background. Purple rain, purple rain. Lane 6. That is Jacenna Nurse. Oh, she ran a fantastic race. Oh my goodness. Aaliyah Carrington, she ran out of lane 8 and she got that second place. I'm not even sure who came third. I was so caught up in the purple rain that I did not see what was happening with the rest of the weather.
Yes, that was very much a Prince moment.
Oh my goodness.
The princesses of the Purple Titans.
Magnificent run there from Jacenna Nurse. And she went out very hard from very early. And she maintained her form. She maintained her composure. And she kept it together and came out on top. That was a good run. I know that the likes of Mr. Thompson must be cock-a-hoot, as they would say. Purple House getting some very, very big points there. But we look forward. We look forward still. That one is done. That one is dusted. We look forward to the Division 3. Oh, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a really, really good one, Stephen.
Yes.
Division 3. In this event, we are going to have Kennedy Jackman running out of lane 1. She's going to be representing Yellow House. In lane 2, we're going to have Roshana Herbert representing Green. In lane 3, Regina Lowe from Blue House. Lane 4, Shantae Seal. That's not the one from Division 1. That's Shantae Seal. She's in Division 3. Her namesake representing Red House. Interestingly enough, they're in the same house. Running out of lane 4. Lane 5, Amira Williams representing Yellow House. In lane 6, Alyssa Gittins, Purple House. In lane 7, Malia Edwards. She's been working extremely hard. We've seen her in the 200 meters. We've seen her in the hurdle events. Yellow House. She's in lane 7. Tiance Waldron representing Purple House. Now she is in second form currently, Stephen, at the school. And she would have been in Division 5 last year. So this experience and this initiation would be a really rough one for her because she can't do Division 4. She's gone straight to Division 3.
Wow.
And once she's gone to Division 3, she's a little frustrated because it's not going the way she would have anticipated. She's accustomed to winning, but she's not winning this morning. And I can only imagine how frustrating that must be for her. But she must continue to persevere because as she gets older, as she continues to train, she will develop some muscle mass. Her body will develop. So she just needs to be patient. She'll be all right.
It may be considered to be character building too. I mean, winning all the time and not having that challenge to push yourself, getting a new division may prove in the long run to be better for her in terms of her development. So, it's left to be seen what she does from here. But we're in the starters' orders now.
Welcoming you back. Of course, that would be the live audience here at the National Stadium. In this event, Kennedy Jackman, yellow, running lane 1. Herbert, lane 2. Low, lane 3. Seal, lane 4. Williams, 5. Giddens, 6. Edwards, 7. Waldron, 8. And they're off and running for the Division 3 girls 400-meter event. off and running. Let's see what's happening here. Looking like Malia Edwards is doing some good running so far, but she's going to get a challenge from Alyssa Gittins. Oh, the Purple girls are really turning it up this morning in these 400-meter events. It's looking like Purple. Purple is looking really, really good as they come up the back stretch now and approaching the 200-meter mark. Still looking like Purple. Malia Edwards is in the mix along with Deontay Waldron, that bunch at the front. But Waldron now dropping back. It's a different caliber of athletes here. But it's Malia Edwards, and I'm seeing here, what is this? The athlete from Purple House has dropped back. Is that Deontay? Is that Deontay Waldron? Yes, it is Deontay Waldron. Deontay Waldron, followed by Malia Edwards. Oh my goodness, Purple is going to get some points out of this one. It's going to be another shower of purple rain. The clouds are purple. Oh, it's all purple. Deontay Waldron from Malia Edwards. And she goes down. Rashan Herbert taking the third spot. Oh, what a fantastic run there by Deontay Waldron. And we were just saying that Deontay may be becoming a little frustrated because she was not doing as well as she may have wanted to do this morning. I'm seeing her mother there along the sidelines cheering her on, but she really dug deep for that one. Oh, she surprised me. She really, really surprised me. I thought I saw her drop back for one minute there, but it's all purple rain. Oh my goodness. I'm wondering if Mr. Thompson sent a blimp or something into the sky this morning. So we are anticipating still. There are two more 400-meter events to unfold here. Deontay Waldron, of course, winning that one and doing an outstanding job. She really dug deep for that one. As I was saying, she had me confused at one point in time. I thought that she would have dropped back, but some way, somehow, she found some extra kick and really pushed herself that last 150 meters or so, and she, took it to the field, maintained her form, grimacing somewhat, but she managed to, I guess, eclipse Malia Edwards, if you want to call it that, somewhere about 50 meters into the before the final, the finish line. Really, she eclipsed her, and Malia Edwards pretty much worked out that she would have had to settle for second place in that particular race. But that was all Deontay Waldron. A very good run indeed, very courageous run by Deontay Waldron. Quite courageous indeed, doing extremely well. Good run also by Herbert and Malia Edwards. But we are back here, Division 2. Deshong representing yellow, Ellis representing green, Granham representing yellow, Harris from red, Goodrich representing Greenhouse, Mears, purple, Connell, green, and Deandra Foster representing Blue House. In terms of lanes assignments, of course, Deshong in 1, Ellis in 2, Granham in 3, Harris in 4, Goodrich in 5, Mears 6, Connell in 7, and Foster in 8. I'm seeing here we have 2 athletes from yellow. Should serve them well. And there they go for the Division 2 400-meter dash. And let's see who's making the running here. Looking like Ladidra Granham of Yellow House is doing most of the running here as they approach 300 meters and now going down the back stretch. Looks like Ladidra Granham to me to be in the lead. Let's see if she's able to maintain this kind of form. Now turning by the 200-meter mark, still Ladidra Granham. And I'm seeing there from Purple House, Mears as well. She's in close contention. But as they make their way now down to the straightaway for the final flurry and the final push, still Ladidra Granham. Out front and center, followed closely by Harris. Kezia Harris from Red House in second place. And it looks like a surge coming here in lane 8. This is Foster, but Ladidra Granham is going to hold on followed by DeAndre Foster, and third goes to Kezia Harris from Red House. So there we have, that would be, oh my goodness gracious me, Ladidra Granum yellow, blue, and red. Oh, so that was a good race. We have Ladidra Granum from Yellow House. She placed first in that one, and I've watched her progress. She works extremely hard, Stephen. She has been putting in a lot of work. And she's in my farm, actually. A very disciplined young lady, and she really... Okay, pardon the interruption there. But yeah, I was talking about Ladidra Granum. Ladidra Granum, she is an extremely hard worker. Foster as well, and young Herbert. These are extremely hard-working young ladies, and they will go on to represent the school in the BSAC championships. I'm on the line now. We're getting ready for the big girls. Stephen, you want to work on the lane assignments for this one?
In lane 1, we have Tia Lewis out of Yellow House. In lane 2, it looks like Naviandra Greenwich, Blue House. Lane 3, Rashana Thorne, Purple House. Out of lane 4, Duran Clark, Yellow House. Lane 5, Shanna Small, Red House. Out of lane 6, Calla Turney, Greenhouse. Kayla Turney, Greenhouse. Lane 7, Tricia Phillips, Yellow House. And out of lane 8, running lane 8, Selena Johnson, Blue House. You understand the starters now?
And I can tell you that I expect most of the running in this event to come from the likes of Joanne Clark and Tricia Phillips. These are two of the seasoned campaigners at this distance. They are what one may call quarter mile to middle distance runners. They do very well in longer type of distances.
And they're off.
Off and running. And so here we have Tricia Phillips already making a move. She is not playing. Tricia Phillips, the daughter of the starter, Julie Phillips.
I guess she'll be getting some home coaching now.
I reckon she should be getting some home coaching. Tricia Phillips, out front and center. She making most of the running, but we still have to pay attention to the likes, people like Kayla Turney and Joanne Clark. But Tricia Phillips really digging in here as she now approaches the 150-meter mark and now making her final approach to the straightaway. Tricia Phillips, a young lady who has worked extremely hard at her athletics, and she is now making her way. These are valued points for Yellow House. And so it's going to be yellow 1, yellow 2, F indeed. Joanne Clark and Tricia Phillips go on to do this one. To hear Tricia Phillips, Joanne Clark. Oh, she tips her on the line. Looks like a photo finish. Joanne Clark may have very well tipped Tricia Phillips at the finals, but Tricia Phillips went out extremely hard. Some big points there for Yellow House, creating some daylight between themselves and the Purple Titans. Very good run indeed.
Definitely a good run for Tricia.
That is annoying. Every minute will be.
All right. Okay. So we are here. We're just having some challenges here with a little back and forth. Will it be all right? I want to make sure that we bring you good coverage.
And once again, I'd just like to thank the sponsors, Scotiabank, Ozone Wireless, as well as Insure. And at this point in time, it would be a wonderful time to take a little break to recognize those sponsors and ensure that we can pay our bills.
When you need space to grow, there's nothing like the home you own. Let Scotiabank open the door for you with competitive rates and support every step of the way. Visit us today and discover what's possible.
With Ozone, get Wi-Fi with your MiFi. Get the Ozone data experience with your very own portable Wi-Fi hotspot wherever you go. No matter the device, share the connection, stay in the moment, and never skip a beat. Buy an Ozone MiFi and activate a MiFi or data plan of your choice. Get Wi-Fi with your MiFi with Ozone Wireless beyond a network.
Hi, the biggest questions we'll get from our potential customers is, how do I get on your network?
Well, it's easy.
You just need two things: an Ozone SIM card.
And an LTE Band 13 compatible device.
You're probably wondering, what is that and do I have one?
Well, you just need to visit our website for a list of compatible devices.
Or you can visit us in store. We'll have a wide range of LTE Band 13 compatible devices.
And just remember,
We're beyond the network.
You skip breakfast? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
When you need space to grow, there's nothing like the home you own. Let Scotiabank open the door for you with competitive rates and support every step of the way. Visit us today and discover what's possible.
You skip breakfast? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
All the fans going 100 meters. Who will be the fastest girl in the school? Who will be crowned the fastest girl? Stephen, do you have a guess?
No, I don't. Yeah,
Just
I can't hazard a guess. Ian, you are the you're the one that started Spring School. I just cursory pass it on the way down to.
That's all right. That's all right.
From.
Now, we want to welcome back our viewers. We just had a break, so welcome back to you. We're happy to have you back in company here for the Springer Memorial Interhouse Championships, where we just saw the conclusion of the 400-meter event. The last event, of course, we figure would have been between Tricia Phillips and Joanne Clark. I have it leaning more in favor of Joanne Clark as opposed to Tricia Phillips. It could go either way, though. Let's see how it has panned out. And finally, what have we here? I have some official results for you. Yes, we have some official results here, and I know that our viewers at home will be interested in knowing what the results are. Stephen, can you bring us up to date with those times and the official results as far as the 400-meter events are concerned?
Okay, event 6, girls 400-meter dash. Miss Brianna Beard of Red House, and she finished with in 1 minute and I guess 9 seconds. This is
1 minute 9:55.
Yeah, 1 minute 9:55. Also, Shiana Hunt coming in second from Greenhouse, 1 minute 13. Also, we have out of Red House, Barnett White.
Barnett
With Red House, 1 minute 14:35, and Clark from Blue House, 1 minute 17. Quickly going on to the event 7, 400-meter dash, division 4.
Stephen, I'm sure that the viewers at home they want to hear you as well, so we have to try to multitask because we are doing it both live. So let me assist you here, Stephen. Let me assist you here. as we do this multitasking thing. Too many microphones, but we're going to get through it. So you mentioned the Division 5 girls. We had Brianna Beard, like you said, in a time of 1 minute 9:55 coming first. In second place, Shania Hunt, representing Greenhouse, in a time of 1 minute 13:09. Then in third place from Red House, we had Barnett Waith in a time of 1 minute 14:35. In the Division 4 girls, we had in first position Jasenna Nurse in a time of 1 minute 10:38. That is interesting. We had in second place from Purple House as well Aaliyah Carrington in a time of 1 minute 11:15. And then we had from Greenhouse in third position Letitia Codrington in a time of 1 minute 13:24. In terms of the Division 3, taking first place, this is a decent time here I'm seeing from Teonce Waldron. Teonce Waldron running a time of 1 minute 1:89. In second place, Malia Edwards representing Yellow House, a time of 1 minute 3:45. And Rishana Herbert from Greenhouse, a time of 1 minute 4 seconds 93. And among the Division 2 girls, Ladija Granham, a time of 1 minute 2:90, taking first place, representing Yellow House, of course. Deandra Foster from Blue House, a time of 1 minute 3:52. And in third, Kezia Harris from Red House, a time of 1 minute 4 seconds and a minute 4 seconds, and she had a little piece, I think, another 7 seconds on there in terms of the split seconds. There we hear the whistle of the starter, Miss Julie Phillips. You have some other results there, Stephen? Or these are some point standings. What have we here?
Yeah.
These are the division. Okay, so we have both. We have the Division 1. We have Division 1, the official result for the Division 1 girls. And as I suspected, Joanne Clark from Yellow House, she won the Division 1 400 meter event in the time of 1 minute 2:37. Representing Yellow House, Tricia Phillips. Also, she ran 1 minute 2:46. And of course, as those points would have gone forward, when we're looking now at, these are what, combined team scores. We have in terms of team scores, we're looking at green contributing 29 today, red 42, blue 86, purple 89, doing extremely well, and yellow, they have 90 combined team points. Let's look at the
combined team scores now. Yellow House is still in the lead. Well, Yellow House is in the lead right now with 434.5, followed by Purple. They have some work to do to catch up, but they're hunting with 378.5. All right, Blue is in third with 325.5. Green with 312.5, and Red is trailing considerably. So Red has a lot of work to do, but they have 266. So at this point in time, Yellow looks a little comfortable, but they cannot be too comfortable at this point in time because Purple is definitely in the hunt with 378.5. So I know Purple will be eager to get some points on the board, Ian.
Most definitely, Stephen. And you just gave the points to the viewers, but I am now going to review the points for the benefit of those persons who are here live and direct at the National Stadium. With a grand total of 266 points. In fifth position are the girls from Red House. In fourth position with a grand total of 312.5 points are the girls from Greenhouse. That means that there has been a change, obviously, in the top three. In third position with a grand total of 325.5 points, they call themselves More Fire, the girls from Blue House. Holding on to that second position with a grand total of 378.5 points, They call themselves the Titans. The girls from Purple House. And still leading the way. Somebody needs to make way for the Stinging Bees. 434.5 points. Oh, front and center. Yellow House, the defending champions, looking very dangerous. Yes, Stephen, so now I've done my my live duties. We are getting ready for the 100-meter events. Of course, the 100-meter event is that event that is always anticipated at any track meet. We want to see who is the fastest athlete.
Oh yeah, honestly, I love track for that. You can have any Olympics, any World Championships, but you know, the action is really the 100 meters.
Most definitely, Stephen.
You know, I have big dreams of at some point having the likes of some person like Bolt or Blake.
Right.
Co-hosting this, co-hosting this at BSAC,
Well,
I've had Akila Jones.
Oh, really?
The first year we did it,
okay,
we had Akila, and it was interesting bringing them into the stream. And I believe that it's not only a source of encouragement, but it actually shows the interest that we have for our athletics.
Certainly, Stephen, but we have on the line now the Division 5 girls for this one, for their 100-meter event. Hunt from Greenhouse, Graves from Purple, Burgess, Beard, Johnson, Beckles, Aline, and Curtin. Okay, the athletes have been asked to stand so we can rejoin now the live stream here, of course, Sports.bb. We want to say thank you to our sponsors, Scotiabank. Have on the line in lane 1, Shania Hunt. Lane 2, Makita Graves. Lane 3, Shaniqua Burgess. Lane 4, Brianna Beard. In lane 5, Misha Johnson Appleby. In lane 6, Sarah Beckles. In lane 7, Sarah Ann Aline. And lane 8, Shania Curtin. And they're off and running for this Division 5 100-meter race. And it looks to me as though it's going to be somebody from red or somebody from purple. Oh, it's going to be all the Beard, Brianna Beard, followed by young Shania Hunt. And I think in terms of third place there, the young lady from Purple House, I make that to be Sarah Ann Aline. But Brianna Beard from Red House, running away with that one, the Division 5 100 meters. I don't have no points. I don't sign different. If you want to cut points, do that. Yes, so we are here multitasking. We just had the Division 5 girls, and now we await the Division 4 girls. Running out of lane 1, representing Yellow House in the Division 4 girls 100-meter event, will be Jalila Bourne. In lane 2, representing the Purple House, will be Jacenna Nurse. We just saw her in the 400-meter event. In lane 3, representing Blue House, will be Adriana Brown. These races are coming quickly for these young ladies. They're really working hard this morning. In representing Red House, in lane 4, Shireen Blackman. In lane 5, Khalil Bradshaw, representing Yellow House. In lane 6, Naji Walker, representing Greenhouse. In lane 7, Nira Folakan, representing Blue House. And in lane 8, Aaliyah Carrington, representing Purple House. Stephen? Do you have anybody you've noticed this morning? I know that you have not been paying as close attention as I may have been, but there must be somebody that you can identify by now.
I think I'll probably do that too.
Closer to the end of the day, that's quite fine.
But
and here we go. Division 4 girls 100 meters. Whom have we here? Looking like lane 8. Long lady from Purple House, that's Aaliyah Carrington. No! Is it lane 8? Oh, it's lane 1 and lane 8. It's very close thing there. That looks like Julia Bourne and Aaliyah Carrington. Of course, Bourne from Yellow House and Carrington from Purple. We have to wait the photo finish and the final result. And certainly the time That looked like a very good race to me. Yellow and purple, 1 and 2. Well, that's in terms of the points. Maybe it may turn out that way. With regards now to the running of the Division 4 girls 100 meter event. Let's see how it goes. We are now seeing the Division 3 girls, I think, making their way up the track now. Beyonce Waldron looking to round out the field. She was grimacing a little while ago after she completed that fantastic run in the 400 meters, but she is running to get these points for her house. Points are important. That's the point. Oh, it's all about the points. Should be a ding-dong battle for that 4th spot. Green and blue. Green behind by some 13 points. Young ladies, the coaches are sending their charges to my area to find out about points, Stephen.
I know it can be kind of annoying, but
they need to desist from doing so and they go to the officials and inquire there. Please, go to the officials and ask them a question. Bear with me, I am doing a simulcast. We can expect to see in this 100 meter event now though, Stephen, and then among the Division 3 girls, in lane 1, Haley Haynes, she's representing Red House. In lane 2, Rishana Herbert, she's representing green. In lane 3, Naomi Ford Hines, representing blue. In lane 4, Kennedy Jackman, representing yellow. In lane 5, Jalila Gibbons, representing green. In lane 6, Beyonce Waldron, the winner of the 400 meter race. And in lane 7, Malia Edwards, yellow. She represents Yellow House. And in lane 8, Kerrika Grant, representing purple. Purple has, you have 2 athletes in this event. And yellow also has 2, red has 1. We'll see how it works out here. Naomi Ford Hines had a very good semi-final. She really had a good semi-final and she put on some fantastic performances. Not sure how things have panned out for her this morning. I don't think she's really stamped her authority as she would have liked to do. Coming up, I believe, from the Division 5.
Ian, I want to give the one of our viewers another opportunity to get that Amazon Echo. So if anyone is watching, could you just, the first person that shouts out any of our 3 sponsors that we mentioned today, the first person that does it will be one of 2 people today that will be entered to win that Amazon Echo. I don't know who it will be, but, you know, as I said, it's only possible because of our sponsors, so we got to show them some love.
But I think what would be helpful, though, is if you can, please tell the listeners and the viewers what is this Amazon thing that you're talking about.
Oh, Amazon. Okay, so we have a small device. It's the dot, and basically what you can do, you can give it commands like play music from X. Let me say iWeb. I'm not sure if you're on the.
I see. But they're under starters orders. Division 3, 100 meters. And there they go. Division 3 girls, Haley Haynes, Herbert, Ford Hines, Jackman, Gibbons, Waldron, Edwards. Oh my goodness. And it's a close one here. The girls are closely bunched. But I'm seeing Naomi Ford Hines. Naomi Ford Hines crosses the line now from Rishana Herbert and the young lady there from Yellow House, Kennedy Jackman. Oh, this young lady has come on by leaps and bounds. Kennedy Jackman. Oh, she's been working extremely hard this year. I've been seeing her in training, Stephen. She has been working hard and the dividends are now being paid to her here at the Inter-House Sports. Of course, this is Springer Memorial, and the only way we know is the way of excellence. But a very good run by Naomi Ford Hines. Was mentioning the fact earlier that she didn't seem to have stamped her authority in the way she wanted to earlier in the 200 meters, but a fantastic run by her. She is certainly a speedy one and one to watch for BSAC 2018. One to look out for. Make sure you pay attention to that name very closely. Naomi Ford Hines, a very good run as well, though, by Rishan Herbert and certainly Kennedy Jackman. I'm very proud of those efforts, the efforts by those young ladies. I think we saw Beyonce Waldron go down again. She's doing well, though, working extremely hard. These athletes, I think. I have seen Malia Edwards. Stephen, I don't know if you've been paying us close attention. I believe she's taken part in every track event. Every event on track this morning, Malia Edwards was probably involved in.
But I'm always curious about that level of participation at every level, where, you know, you're giving your best at every event. And I'm wondering, for those athletes that do participate in so many events, you know, how does one feel when it comes on to the later events now, to be able to actually give your best when your best diminishes after, you know, you put everything in the first couple of events?
Well, obviously the athletes have been working hard on the question you asked, Stephen, in terms of their ability to sustain it. That's why they train, because in times like these, when they have multiple events to do, the training that they, and the rigors of training that they would have gone through prior to competing would have allowed their bodies to become accustomed to a certain level of work. Obviously, when these girls go to work on afternoons after school, they may have to do a certain number of 300s, a certain number of 400s, a certain number of 100 sprints, a certain number of starts. They may be doing a number of different things on any evening in terms of their training regime and how they prepare themselves. But the important thing for a day like today is to ensure that you stay hydrated, you stay relaxed, you stay loose, and you are always hydrated, because you know the sun is out in all of its glory and its brilliance, and it's going to take a toll in terms of the energy supply, right? It's going to be very difficult on them, and they have a heavy workload. On the line now, I was getting all kinds of signals from everywhere, but we have the Division 2 girls. This should be another good race. Jaleesa Jones-Smith in lane 1, Deandra Foster in lane 2, Zaria Grace in lane 3, Ladidra Granham in lane 4, Kalisha Goodridge in lane 5. In lane 6 we have Khadija Strawn, Naomi Gardier from Red House in lane 7, and in lane 8 Fadridra Deschong representing Yellow House. One from red, one from purple, 2 from yellow, 2 from green, and 1 from blue. Listen, them blocking me. Tell them move. Okay, so we are here. I'm seeing a red flag. Can't get a good perspective of what's really happening, so I'm just going to have to turn to the monitor here. So I can get a bit of a perspective on what's happening. But the girls are on the line, as you can see. And we are just about to get this Division 2 girls event, 100-meter event on the way. Kalisha Goodridge, Rain House, there in the middle. A very still Ladidra Granham in lane 4. Under starters' orders. Of course, we have to be silent for the start of the event. And there they go, Division 2 girls 100-meter event. And looking at my monitor here, I'm seeing that it looks like Ladidra Granham. No, that's Foster. Jaleesa Jones-Smith followed by Ladidra Granham. Oh, a very close one. They're very difficult to call, especially in the middle. But in the end, that was Deandra Foster coming out on top, followed by Jaleesa Jones-Smith and Ladidra Granham from Yellow House. So in terms of points, that means that blue, we're going to walk away from this with 10 points. Purple will get 8. And Ladidra Granham, she will probably get about 6 or so.
And so you asked me before who was looking, favorable to me as a future BSAC champion, or some person go forward to BSAC.
Tell me.
And that Deandra Foster, I must admit, I like her form, like her pace, her focus. I mean, I look for the intensity and the form of an athlete. And for me, coming when she was coming down, maybe the last 20 meters or so, you saw the champion, her coming out, and she held her form. And I've always been hearing, the form,
Yes.
hold your form all the way down. And that's what she did.
And now it is the turn of the big girls. This race will determine the fastest girl at the Springer Memorial School. In lane 1, Sierra Coward representing Blue House. In lane 2, Marissa Watts representing Red House. Lane 3, Joanne Clark representing Yellow House. In lane 4, Simone Carroll representing Purple House. Lane 5, Rachel Gittins representing Blue House. In lane 6, Tricia Phillips representing Yellow House. In lane 7, Shaquana Scott representing the Purple Titans. And rounding out the field in lane 8, Shantae Seal representing Red House. Division 1 girls, 100 meters finals. They're on the mark. I anticipate that we should probably see the likes of Sierra Coward. Sierra Coward, Stephen. I mean, at this level, she may get a challenge from Shaquana Scott. And they're off and running. Who will be the fastest girl in the school? Looks to me like Watts and Sierra Coward. Oh, it's Coward. Oh my goodness. I did not see Shaquana Scott there. Someone was obscuring my vision. But I think it was a very good run by Shaquana Scott. She may have made it into third, but I call it 1-2 Sierra Coward, followed by Marissa Watts, and Shaquana Scott would have gotten in there for that third spot. That's how I've seen it, Stephen. I await the final result from the officials. They are going to provide me with some information here, and we'll see how it goes. I understand that the tug-of-war event is next. And so...
There's one judge at tug-of-war.
Well, if you stay with us, and the viewers do, you will see. It is quite exciting, to be quite honest with you. It is very, very exciting to watch. The tug-of-war event. It's one of those little novelty events that you would have. Of course, we look forward to seeing the teachers race a little later on. There is a parent race as well. Try to involve everybody to give it a family perspective. These are always exciting times. Very good run by Sierra Coward, though. I don't think that she has been pushing herself per se. Marissa Watts doing extremely well. Ooh, and I've just gotten the official results here, and I have been informed that the winner of that 100 meters Division 1 girls race, Sierra Coward, in a time of 12.82, Shaquana Scott was second in 12.99, and Marissa Watts, she was third in 13.04. So those are the top three places for the Division 1 girls 100 meter. Sierra Coward, followed by Shaquana Scott and Marissa Watts. Those times, of course, Coward 12.82, Scott 12.99, Simone Carroll 13.04. Let's see if we can get the official result for all of the other events. I have it now. Let me say thank you to the officials for providing us so speedily with these final results. So let's take it back from Division 5 and then come all the way through. In Division 5, in terms of the 100 meter events, we had Brianna Beard. She represented Red House and she ran a time of 14.37 seconds. She came first. In second position was Sarah Ann Aline representing Purple House in a time of 14.70. Third was Shania Hunt from Greenhouse in a time of 14.91. Those were the top three for the Division 5 girls 100 meters. In terms of the Division 4 we had in first place from Purple House, Aaliyah Carrington in a time of 14.25. In second place, Jalila Bourne from Yellow House in a time of 14.30. And in third position was Janissa Nurse from Purple House. She would have won the 400 meter event, but she placed third in the 100 meters in a time of 14.60. The top three girls in the 400 meters, of course, that's Division 4. In terms of Division 3, in first place, Naomi Ford Hines from Blue House, a time of 13.03. She is just on the cusp of breaking that 13-second barrier. In second position was Kennedy Jackman. She ran a time of 13.13. And in third position was Rishana Herbert from Greenhouse, a time of 13.18. The top three girls, Tionce Waldron, of course, from Purple House, she will finish just outside of the medals in that 100-meter race. So she will take the fourth. She took that fourth spot, rather. Moving on now to Division 2. In first place, Deandra Foster in a time of 12.89. Oh my goodness, 12.89. In second place, Lydia Granham, representing Yellow House, in a time of 13.15. And in third place, Julissa Jones-Smith from Purple House, running a time of 13.16. 1 split second separated second and third, Lydia Granham and Julissa Jones-Smith in that Division 2 girls event. And finally, of course, as I mentioned to you a little while ago, the big girls. The fastest girl at Springer Memorial, Sierra Coward, a time of 12.82. She won the 100 meters. Shaquana Scott finished second, 12.99, and Marissa Watts, 13.04. Those are the top three finishers in each division for the 100 meter events just concluded, and we look forward to the tug of war.
Ian, just before we take this break, we want to let our viewers know that today's event streamed live was made possible by Ozone Wireless Beyond the Network and Ensure. And also, this small update is compliments in terms of the point standards, compliments Scotiabank. And we have in fifth place, Red House with 301. Green in fourth place with 339.5. Blue House 373.5. Purple still in second place, in the hunt still with 435.5. And Yellow with a what seems to be a commanding lead with 499.5. And I will turn it over to my studio for a short commercial break.
When you need space to grow, there's nothing like the home you own. Let Scotiabank open the door for you with competitive rates and support every step of the way. Visit us today and discover what's possible.
With Ozone, get Wi-Fi with your MiFi. Get the Ozone data experience with your very own portable Wi-Fi hotspot wherever you go. No matter the device, share the connection, stay in the moment, and never skip a beat. Buy an Ozone MiFi and activate a MiFi or data plan of your choice. Get Wi-Fi with your MiFi with Ozone Wireless Beyond a Network.
You skip breakfast? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure. You skip.
Well, welcome back. We are certainly thankful to our sponsors. Of course, this broadcast, this stream would not be possible without them, so we are thankful for them coming on board with us. Of course, Ozone Ensure and the Scotiabank. We are at the midway point of our meet, and we really just await the start of the tug of war. I'm going to try to go over to the tug of war area so that I can give you some perspective on that. Stephen was wondering how do we have that involved in the or factored into the whole equation of the sports, but it is a custom here at Spring Memorial. It has always been a feature, and so we look forward to it. Lots of fun. These are where the the girls with the physique they come out and they try to pull down the other team. It's always a very keenly contested event, Stephen.
And if you don't mind, I think that these things are always focused on the athletes, which is the key thing. But talk to me a little bit about some of the who the meet director is and some of the officials that have been, coordinating this thing, because the viewers online will just see race after race and the athletes, but I get the feeling this takes a lot of coordination, takes a lot of commitment and volunteerism by some of the teachers as well as the students, and it's important to take time to acknowledge those people.
Naturally, the meet would be coordinated by the Physical Education Department of the Spring Memorial School, who is headed by Judy Phillips, and everybody would have a role to play. Everybody has different responsibilities. The team comprises really of Miss Phillips herself. You have Miss Rosalie Best, you have Mr. Jesse King in there, Sean Dupini, you have Miss Sandra Jones, and there's a young lady I know who's presently on, I think she's doing her program at BCC, and she's working along with the department as well. And so everybody gets involved in terms of playing a particular role, and everybody's assigned a particular task. Somebody may very well be dealing with the starting aspect of the race. Somebody may be dealing with the arranging of the hurdles. Someone else will certainly be assigned the task of dealing with the times and making sure that everything in terms of the how we get our papers and our information, making sure that the information is properly passed and there is always something to reference, so that the meet is run at a certain standard and information can be disseminated to the viewers and certainly those persons who are here present at the stadium.
I mean, Ian, if you think about it, this is something that gets coordinated on a volunteer basis. I mean, you would think about it, it's not the school doesn't get paid for it, but yet there are real costs associated with putting on such an event, and would you say that you get enough sponsorship and or that the school can use more? Because I mean, I've talked to many different physical education teachers, who always complaining about the level of commitment that, corporate Barbados might want to think about. So what do you think of some of the costs that goes into putting on an event like this, and, what would you like to see done to help develop the athletes more?
Well, naturally, a cost has to be incurred in terms of using the facility. As to who fits the bill, I am not sure, but I do know that certainly in terms of things like making sure the athletes are hydrated, the uniforms and those kind of things, track shoes and so on and so forth, tents and so on. There are some people who will have to donate and can come on board to offset costs. In terms of getting large sums of sponsorship, the fact still remains that we exist not in a vacuum, but we exist in a context where we understand that there are a number of financial and economic challenges, and from those challenges, obviously, the respective schools will be seeking to approach the same sponsors, and at the end of the day, those persons have operational costs to take care of. If they're renting a space, they have that kind of overhead to also take into consideration, things like energy consumption, all these different things, and things that make their business run, that they have to factor those things in, and so I guess when you look at things in context, I think those who can and those who do the best that they can to facilitate the process, and so we are certainly appreciative to those who have come on board in terms of supporting certainly Sports.bb, and by extension we look at Spring Memorial in terms of Scotiabank. When you look at the Spring uniform, Scotiabank is on the back of it, and there are other persons like Burger King I know who support Lester Vaughan. I think Shafet was on board at some point in time. So there are other sponsors and so on who are doing their part. There are corporate people who are doing their part to ensure that this aspect of our our sports and our young people still have this outlet through which they can harness their talents and abilities?
Thank you. I think that was, I guess, directly and smartly put. I mean, we had a we had a stage in the, I guess, Barbados' development where where we have to basically consider what it may very well mean